finally back to Way the Hunter. It's been a little while with all of the time spent in Call of the Wild with the Hunter Power Pack lately, but it's good to be back here on Aurora Shores. So the plan is going to be to pretty much wander around. I do know, based on the most recent video, that we had an age cycle happen, so I want to first go and check on our Bison, make sure we don't have a 5-star there, and then we'll start to just jump around. By the way, Kyla's back. What's up, Reggie Nation? Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. What's going on, Dylan? Do you guys know if Flinter has a Discord? He does, I've heard. Through the grapevine. It's pretty what?
It's pretty lame.
Wow. I guess we'll leave that. We, unfortunately, I didn't get to record it, but just recently shot a 5-star duck. So we should, there's a 4-star. Should check stuff like that too. Have you heard of Cicada 3301? I don't think so. Got the target bug I was telling you about. Nice, man. Congrats. What's up, Tammy? Space Cowboys in here. Did you enjoy the Farming Sim stream yesterday, those of you that made it in? That Call the Wild Bowhunter. What's going on, man? Get a great one, Moose. A 5-star Moose would be lovely. Haven't watched your vids since last November. What's been going on? Well, there's been a good bit of Way the Hunter being worked into things, especially since the release of this newest map. Aurora Shores is based in Alaska. It's a really nice map. The one thing I wish is that it would be bigger, but it's a DLC map, so like you kind of can understand why they wouldn't be the same size as the gigantic base game maps. But there's been the release of New England Mountains over in Call of the Wild. That's not something I've done a whole lot with because the map itself only has one new species and it's a duck. But we had Great One Moose come along with that, so we've been grinding for moose. Just recently they released bolt action 7mm, 338, and 308 caliber, so that's been fun. Always lots of stuff going on as per usual. It's an internet mystery? What's that? Still no wrench for Soupy. Dude, okay. So go into our DMs, copy me your channel link, and I'll set you as a moderator, because you should be one. I just can't do it from here with the setup in OBS. Love Way the Hunter, as do I. What's going on, man? So one of these here Bison fellows should be a mature. It's just a question of has he gotten to 5-star yet. I really want a 5-star Bison. If this guy doesn't get there, by the way, this is the same Bison that was a 2-star adult on release day. If he doesn't make it, I don't know if there's anything else around that has a chance, so really hoping. What's going on, Asthmatic Beaver? I remembered the stream this time. I'm glad you can make it in. Hopefully it'll be a good one. As I was saying at the onset here, wait, is he dead? I don't see him. I thought there was one behind that still. I don't feel like he should have died yet, but maybe. Anyway, I've really been enjoying this map and just enjoying wandering around, so in the time that goes off camera, just recently an age cycle passed, and I want to kind of just hit as much of the map as we can and see if anything new has showed up. What was the biggest Hunter Classic whitetail you shot? Last year, it's been not quite a year yet. It was actually May 4th of 2021. We shot a 201.6, my first ever 200 plus. That was pretty cool. We had a 2-star adult in one of these herds. I wouldn't mind taking a peek at that as they take off. So our Bison's dead. That's unfortunate. That was probably it there. Didn't get to see what it was. We can wander up and take a peek at that. This is going like exact opposite how it's supposed to, as like literally all the things are fleeing, but we'll make it work. We'll just go look for those caribou. That sucks though. So Bison die at 22. They hit mature at 12. He got to 4-star at like, I figured 15 or something. That's crazy he never got there.
You know what that means?
I know what you're going to say.
What?
Skill issue or get good or something like that.
I was gonna say you suck.
Yeah, that is something like that. Don't shake your head like I was wrong.
Only one of my bison have died.
What?
I said only one of my bison have died.
I know, you have good genes on your map. You should have a funeral? Oh, for my bison? Or my
for me.
My reputation as Kyla just smoked me.
No.
Skill issue, to be honest. See? Told you, you guys just want to smoke me for my awful genes on this map. Has the community moved over to this game? I think a percentage of the community that's more interested in, like, more simulator-driven gameplay has. I do see a lot of people that were, say, Call of the Wild mains, to call it that now kind of main way the hunter, but if you're talking about, like, say, the community surrounding this channel or anything like that, it's still majority Call of the Wild. Sup, Cian? Pizza's in here as well. Why are you wearing jeans on this map and not camo pants? I don't even think these are jeans. They're like... They kind of look like... My brother has... Are they Kuyu, I think? Hunting pants? They're like this kind of softish material, but they're waterproof and stuff. That's what they look like. Okay, so where did that herd of caribou go? I really don't want to spend all day chasing them, because, like, we have a little bit of drink time here. So, if they're not immediately kind of visible from here, we'll just go somewhere else. Some moose down there. There they are. Alright, we'll go check on that. The main thing I want to see is if the caribou that was a 2-star adult is now a 3-star mature, 2-star mature, what's going on, and then we'll shoot the worst one out of there. Did you buy most of your weapons with EM or GM in Classic? Mostly EM, because, I mean, I had, like, every weapon in the game before they moved to free-to-play, so you couldn't purchase things other than consumables, so your camping supplies, your first aid kits, your bait, stuff like that. You couldn't purchase weapons or tents with GM. You had to use, like, viable currency. I've spent a lot of money on the Hunter Classic, and largely that was before I had a YouTube channel or had any idea that it would be called a business investment or anything like that. I just loved the game, and the way that I looked at it back then was, you know, if I spent, say, $50 or $100 a year on a game, or on the Hunter Classic, rather, it would be... I felt like it was a perfectly reasonable thing to do, because I was buying, prior to that, the newest Cabela's game every year that was like $60, and I'd play it for like, I don't know, 20 hours, beat it, and never play it again. So, for me, I was putting way more time into Classic, and therefore it was more worth it. Took a doe last year wearing a cheap camo sweater and jeans. I don't know if I've ever shot a deer wearing jeans, but I like to hunt in the open, like either in a tree stand or sitting against a tree or whatever, so I try to have myself camouflaged. Finally got the recurve crossbow, and just as I got the tier 2 calls, nice. Kind of go hand in hand. Justin, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. What did that say, Danny? I swear you said a thing there. Can you write in-game purchases as a business expense? Yes. If you're, like, if it is, that is bigger, I can tell. Is that one in the back there? Anyway, if it's something that allows you to, like, expand your business, then yeah, absolutely. What are you there, sir? Because that almost, I could see that being a 3-star rack, but I think it maybe is a big 2. Thank goodness we're spotting that female there instead. I shot a deer in a clown outfit. Are you sure it was a deer? Why? Okay, let's just call him in. What? Oh, okay. I'll have to do it after the stream because I gotta go into my settings and stuff. I do. Does Way the Hunter have albinos? At the moment, it has albino whitetail and albino red deer. It also has melanistic roe deer and melanistic mule deer. You are a 2-star mature. Do caribou ever go 2-star adult straight to 3-star mature? Because I have yet to have one do that. So in that case, probably like this uneven guy back here is going to be the one to take. Tips on grinding red deer, i.e. map, gun, etc. I'd probably go Taorawa. You could do this 7mm bolt. What a lot of people did with grinding red deer was actually use the 300. Because if you use, say, the 308 or the M1 or any like 4 to 8 weapon, a single 4 shot, say you hit one, you know, it turns to run as you shoot, and you hit it in the leg, the 300 will actually kill that. The 308 will not. So you could just go with the 300 and grind them that way. You just gotta, you know, if you're shooting in the shadows and one looks maybe melanistic or something, you might want to go to the correct weapon. Where are you from? I am from Pennsylvania. You should go squirrel hunting in real life? We almost ended up doing a squirrel hunting video this year. There was a, like, kind of squirrel hunting competition thing that my brother does pretty much every year. And it was right after I did the rabbit hunt, so I was like, yeah, we could film that. So he asked me if I wanted to do it. I was like, yeah, sure. Looked at the weather. It was supposed to be cold, but that can be a good thing for squirrel hunting. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I get a text like, I don't know, 30 seconds later, like, oh, I can't, never mind. So that was that. What the heck, a strim? Imagine that. Who would strim on a Monday? Not me. All right, let's, I want to try to make sure I go places I don't typically check. Why don't we go from here over and go north? Favorite great one? In terms of just species, I think the moose is my favorite. Made it sound like I got one, if only. Did I miss any 5 stars? None yet. Have you considered any IRL predator vids, like for coyotes or bobcat? Yeah, I don't actually know how bobcat works. Do you have to have like a fur bearer's license to shoot one? Because normally that's like for trapping and stuff. I don't know how bobcats are, but we have both coyotes and bobcats here at this property, and I do definitely want to shoot some coyotes. I just don't know how to film it. Because I'd either have to call them from a distance and be able to film them like that, or call them in close range and hope that I can get the camera in the right spot before they get there. Is this basically Call of the Wild 2? I wouldn't say so. Call of the Wild is more kind of arcadey based. Like, you're going to see way more animals, you're going to see way more trophies. Like, say the punishment for spooking animals, the drawback to spooking animals in Call of the Wild is far less. Like, when you spook something in this game, there's a real chance you're not going to see it again that day, unless they just happen to stop out in the open. Whereas in Call of the Wild, if you spook something, well, for one, you can track them down. You can't track individual animals in this game unless they leave blood, which is mostly realistic. You know, there are situations in real life, especially when there's snow, when you can track a specific animal, but I like it. There's much more of a challenging aspect to this game, and a bigger time commitment as well to succeed. Is this better than Call of the Wild? Again, I would say it's more realistic. It depends on what you're looking for. I would say the reason Call of the Wild remains to be more popular is you can have success in the game with very little time put in. Typically what I find with these maps, like Nez Perce and Aurora Shores, I have a lot of time in. I haven't played on Transylvania that much. Once you hit about 50 to 70 hours on a particular map, that's when you really start seeing trophies in this game. It just takes time to manage your herds and stuff properly. Whereas in Call of the Wild, you know, whether it's through multiplayer or even, you know, single player maps, you can jump out there and sometimes in 30 minutes you kill 2 diamonds. Like, you just don't really have a lot of that in this game. And then it's also the speed at which you hunt and all that. So I think that is one reason Call of the Wild kind of stays more popular, because console games in general are kind of fast-paced. And then because Call of the Wild's available on the older gen consoles, it's just kind of, you know, more accessible to more people. So while I think Way the Hunter is a more realistic hunting game, I don't know that they'll ever be able to surpass Call of the Wild in popularity because of stuff like that. Transylvania ain't that good? See, I also kind of feel that way, but then I see Malek killing all these 5 stars, and I'm like, if I just put in the time, I also could be cool.
Easy peasy.
Do you have... Well, you do have a chamois. Do you have anything off that map other than chamois?
Do what?
Transylvania.
Oh, minus that 5-star 4. I gotta give it
When did you kill that?
recently, like, before I went to Georgia. I was just chilling there. I was like, hey, yo.
Every time Kyla leaves, she kills something nuts. Like, 2 Christmases in a row. Within, like, 2 days of us leaving, she shot a great one. This time, it was 2 days before. Last time, it was like 12 hours. Sounds good, Sue. Can we bait hogs up in PA? We don't have hogs here. There are a couple, like, you'll hear reports of it, but you know, we don't run into feral hog issues. Classic seems more immersive. I do think it is. It depends on how you hunt, though. Like, Way the Hunter probably would be more appealing to... I'm going to only speak from types of hunting I understand well. So, North American hunting out west. You know, spot and stalk, that kind of stuff. Classic, if you're an Eastern hunter, is way more appealing, I think, because tree stand hunting in Classic is just perfect. I don't think I've ever seen it rain on this map. Lightning storm and all, cool. Transylvania is crazy good. I have 25-star red deer and they're all beautiful. I wish I had the commitment to do that. This thing's been around for a long time. It's not big. I think it's gotta die. Like the interface on Classic better? Well, I would agree with you, but I think the reason that Classic's interface is better is because it's PC only. Since... Did we not hit him well? No, we did. He was flying out of there. Do you mind? I'm talking here. Can you guys see the raindrops, like, hitting the... what you might call the camera? Huh. That's kind of neat. Anyway, what was I getting at? Oh, yeah. So, like, this interface kind of has to be navigable with a controller, so it maybe won't be as clean as a mouse and keyboard one would be. I prefer to play Call of the Wild in a realistic way rather than arcade style. I've played Call of the Wild that way some when I can, but what's tough is, as the thunder is not letting up, when you see, like, the amount of diamonds and stuff that can be gotten through different means, it's hard to just sit there and be like, well, I'll get mine my way, and then like 50 hours later, if you don't have it, or 100 hours later. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what you're doing, but I'm saying the reason that I can really appreciate games that have to be played realistic is that everybody's on that same level playing field. That's an okay rack there. Go and take a peek at that in a minute. He's laying right on the road. Do they have turkeys in this game? They do not have turkeys. Animal view distance, though, is about 1,000 yards. Goodness, that was bright. The one thing about that is, though, scaling's a little bit off. Like, to me, if I were playing Call of the Wild right now, and animals look to be about that far away, I would think they're 90 to 100 yards, and they're actually, in this game, about 190, so it's kind of like almost half scale, if that makes sense. So it might feel more like 500-600 yards. The thunderstorms are beautiful. They're really well done. What I ought to do, though I probably won't, surf scoters. Nice. And Lesser Scout. Imagine that. But I should set the camera mode to pause the game, and then pause when we get a lightning strike, but it's tough. Unless you just time it well, the screenshot won't look that good anyway. 13%. I have, like, the tiniest mills. This is where Kyla got her 5-star. I have pathetic poopy caribou over here. Why is your 180-inch whitetail scored as not typical? Because he looks typical to me. So it's the four stickers, like 2 off of each G2. Well, 1 off of each G2 and 1 off of each G3. Those are counted as abnormal tines. Now, the way that the Boone and Crockett scoring system works is basically you go with whatever benefits the hunter, which might sound odd, but the requirement to get into the record book as a non-typical is 160, whereas as a typical it's 140. So my buck as a typical, if you scored it that way with the deduction to have the abnormals, is like a 147, whereas it's a 171 with the abnormals. So I would make it in the records by 11 inches as a non-typical or by 7 as a typical, therefore it gets scored as a non-typical. That said, if you do the exact same thing with a bow, it doesn't work that way. Pope and Young's scoring system requires 15 inches of abnormals, which mine doesn't have, it has 11. That's an uneven 2-star mature, as solid as he looks, so guess we'll blast him. Hey look, he's dead. Just saw 2 5-star Sitka in the same herd. Nice. I saw a huge 4-star the other night, and I thought I finally had one. Go back the next day. Gone. Dead. What do you have left, mistress? If I order black coffee, I better get 100% pure hot bean juice? Where did that come from? Oh, Danny's talking about. I was like, what? What do you mean? What's up, Martin? Welcome back, Ray. You hit both of them, did I? What was behind it? I don't think I did. Because that angle I don't think should have. Smoked him, though. Had pretty low energy by the time it hit that second lung. I think it stayed in him. We'll check. 70%'s not bad. Like, he would have hit 3-star or so, but he never was going to get to 5, obviously. We'll probably mount him. I've been mounting a lot of 2-star Caribou because they still look good. I don't see any other blood, so... No, those are tracks. Pretty sure the other one got away unscathed. Where was... Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. I wanted to go up this creek, too, because I saw some decent-ish elk last cycle, and we're about to kind of end the current drink time. Did the lightning just strike right in front of us? Kind of looked like it did. I feel like that female caribou's antlers are too big. I think that, too. I still wonder if maybe they should design, like, a young female caribou antler model, a adult female caribou antler model, and leave the mature one as is or make it a little bit smaller. Not everything I say is about you, Flute Boy, although this question is, if you had to choose one game to play for the rest of your life, how much would you miss Call of the Wild? Oh, well worded there, sir. Yeah, but I don't know if you think I'd pick Way the Hunter. I'd pick Classic. I'd miss it, you know. It's, for a lot of reasons, it's fun to go to and play, like, especially in hunting season when I need a video. It's hard to jump into Way the Hunter, say when an age cycle hasn't occurred, or where an age cycle has occurred and I've already hunted most of the map and haven't found anything. It's hard for me to then jump in the game and be like, alright, I'm motivated, let's go for a hunt. Like, I don't feel like there's anything good out there. Call of the Wild, just by its very nature, you always feel like, I've got an hour, maybe I can make something happen. Classic, because it's random, has that, but it's slower paced. Like, normally my Classic recordings are 3.5 hours. This weekend was like 6 hours. But, yeah. I'd miss it. I still like it. I knew you'd pick Classic. Alright, good. New crossbow stick doubling to Chamois from 185. Goodness. Kyla's out here shooting 5 stars at like 130 or so. She doesn't care. She just smacks him with a crossbow. I had 2 4 stars and didn't glass them, so that wasn't fun. Meaning you shot them, they were 4 stars, you didn't know it. I think I'm reading that right. How does aging work on here? Like, how long does it take? It seems like it takes about 3 real life hours of play and 3 in-game days. So, like, for instance, you can pretty effectively get aging by only hunting the drink time. If you hunt from, well, say the deer drink time. If you hunt from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., 3 days in a row, animals will age. It's a neat system, but, like, because it requires that, am I past the... I am. What am I even doing with my life? Anyway, because it requires that time commitment, it kind of... it makes it tough for a lot of people to be able to play. A lot of people just don't have the time to put in to be able to achieve the results they want. Because it's tough, you know, you look at... I think Kodiak lived for 27 years, Wood Bison are 22, Black Bear 27 or so as well. If you see a young bear in this game, and you're somebody that can only play an hour a week, that bear is gonna be around for like a year. A real year. I struggle to consistently play Way the Hunter because the map is either full of big animals and it loses realism, or I have to manage the herds and I'm stuck looking at small males. Yeah, like that cyclical thing definitely does have an impact. You do get to where it's like, you know, it's 5-star heaven, you're killing one around every corner, and then you get that last one, or maybe things age again and they die off, and then it's like, oh, now I'm shooting wonky 1-star youngs again. This kind of sucks. Just shot my 8th 5-star Rosie with the 16 gauge. Wait a minute, what? I didn't know there was a 16 gauge. How'd you shoot an elk with it? Do you have to shoot it twice? What's up, Southern Boss? Speaking of bears, Acid and I watched Cocaine Bear last night. That was an adventure? I bet it was. Got my PC today. Nice, man. What'd you get? Best gun in the game, most powerful gun in the game is definitely the 338 Lapua. The best gun? They're all good. I don't know if I can actually make an assessment there, but I don't know. Because there's no requirement to shoot things with like the correct weapon, I guess it probably is a 338. Just got my first time in bear. Nice. I have proof. Now I believe you. I just didn't even realize there was a 16 gauge. I saw somebody killed like an elk with a shotgun. And that was a big deal, so to kill a 5-star was pretty wild. 308 is very good, you're right. Kill the Meese, they're 1-star youngs. I don't know if they're big enough to maybe get to 5-star one day. Naturally. Oh, it's way up there. Maybe we should have stayed up there. What's your favorite gun? It was the Remington 700 long range. That's model 700, so it's still 300 caliber. And then I started using the Steyr SM12 again. It sounds so good. It's probably the best sounding gun in the game. And when you are shooting a particular gun over and over and over again, and in a game where all the guns, as I said, are good, how they sound starts to actually kind of matters. That's why it's my favorite. Is the crossbow in Call of the Wild good? It's very good. It's unbelievably overpowered. If you shoot a Cape Buffalo front on in the chest, it will just about exit the back end. That's what I'm looking for right there. Cool. See if any big males have arrived in that herd. With what, Danny? Gonna make a new series about grinding to get the 3 elk? Nice. What do you think the devs need to focus on next on Way the Hunter? I think... You know what I think it would be? Things like camo clothing and stuff like that. One thing that really bugs me in this game is like the inability to consistently spot and stalk into bow range. Because I think... Oh man, I see... Oh, that guy might be a 5. He's older and still alive. But, I think the crossbow being added probably means vertical bows are the next step. And it's really tough to spot and stalk within like 30 yards of anything. 3-star, okay. I had 2 4-stars in this herd. I can see so many youngs. They're just like all dead. Wouldn't be shocked if that 3-star's just gonna die because he's pretty gray. I don't know, it's 5-star elk or a dime a dozen. Oh good, a bodyguard. Oh good, another bodyguard. There's a gap in there. Hopefully that's the lung. I think it is. Oh, he died real fast. Cool. What's up, Judd? Howdy from Wyoming. How's it going, man? Often / rarely drink zones are a mess of overlap. Can you elaborate on that? What do you want the next great one to be? Mule deer would be my preference if they're going to stick with the theme of doing base map great ones. Probably Roosevelt elk. I want a spotting scope. That's another thing. Yeah, and I think you could actually kind of make clothing, spotting scope, like equipment stuff kind of all in one. And that's the opposite end of the spectrum that I'm talking about. But this game has such amazing ability for long shots. But then it's got that emphasis on like managing your herds properly. So not being able to spot things above 300 yards kind of is a crime against how cool the long range shooting is. Popping in to say hello and see what's going on. We are just smoking things that we may or may not be helping our herds with. He looks solid. Hey. What? Wait. I've shot him 3 times? I need to see some. Oh, okay. That is interesting. So he was bugged the first time I shot him. This is like that old 5-star bugged rack that you would see. Only on the one side. And then, second shot, I literally don't remember ever doing this. This is with a 700 long range. This is a while ago. Still looks bugged. Then third shot, you can see he evened out. I love that side. That looks so good. No wonder he dropped. He had been... he was going through it. 72%. Good to take out. So, basically end of drink time. I think we'll wander a bit. We'll look for some feed zones, but we're probably going to start resting a little bit earlier in this game. Only because things like Kodiak and Bison live so long, it's hard to get anywhere in the game if you go all day. And I wouldn't mind if that would stop. Rate the game from 1 to 10. I'd give it a solid... probably go 8 with the addition of Aurora Shores. There's a couple of things that still need fixed, but they fixed the... I would say the 2 major issues that came with the map, so we're cruising. 6.9. I see what you did there. What cartridge is your favorite in real life? Well, I use a 7mm Mod 8 in real life, and since I got it, I have not tracked the 2 that I've shot with it, and I've shot 5 all in the heart, so I'm going to go with that. Smoking big game. Anything less than a 9? The only reason I wouldn't go higher than an 8 with this one is... excuse you. The only reason I wouldn't go higher than an 8 with this one is there's a little bit of a lack of adventure with it. What I find, largely on like Nez Perce and Transylvania, but some on this map too, is there's really good areas that have like the good genes, you've got your herds that are really promising, and you visit those a lot, and you ignore 85-90% of the map. At least that's how I kind of find it goes, and I've seen others kind of agree with that or say the same thing. I wish I had more reason, like, you know, I'd love to spend some time like going through some of these other areas that I just don't go to, but in a way this game's all about efficiency, like getting to as many spots as you can, especially in that drink time. And that's one thing, again, where Classic is just king. It's, you never know when it might be or where it's going to be, and you just want to cover as much of the map as you can. That doesn't quite apply the same way here. Danny, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Are you sure that bull didn't just die of lead poisoning as you pulled the trigger? Dude, it could have. That was interesting, though, that it showed, like, the bugged rack, because I wasn't sure how that would work. This is the herd that had the 4-star Caribou, by the way. I do want to go and check on that. We'll maybe manage anything in there that is no longer, like, say, even or obvious worse genes in the herd. Shot a gold for a Gensbuck. Nice. What's up, Joe? Weekend was good, man. Spent some time, what was that, last night, night before? I was grinding moose watching your stream. Whatever night that was. Went to Pittsburgh today, picked up a package. Oh, said package shot an albino trike in her game. She's busy. They should add more tasks that take you to places that you normally would not go on Way the Hunter. That's one reason I like missions, both in this game and in, like, Call of the Wild. They do tend to take you to spots that you may otherwise ignore. I don't know how you could do, like, ongoing tasks. Because once you complete them all, like, you get back into that same spot. But yeah, that's one thing that, like, I'm always checking this spot. I'm always checking what Mel has coined Caribou Creek up through here where there's a ton of caribou. Oh, where was that? It's right here. There is a 4-star mountain goat I saw the other day. We need to go and look for that too. How's your day been going? It's going good. Going and getting Kyler from the airport was the highlight of the day, obviously. Shadow was chilling in the truck, so now she's passed out. Does Whale Hunter need a 303? I'd like it. I think it could kind of... we'll go into photo mode to see it. I think it could kind of be a nice little addition to what they have going here with the 1903. Bit of a... you know, older caliber. You think Way the Hunter should have a Halloween event like Classic? Different cryptid / monster for each map could also be applied to Call of the Wild. Yet, Classic's one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's when Classic is at its peak every year. Like, that's the most popular. It'll be loads of people love to play it during that time. I don't know, like, obviously they'd want to do something different. So I don't know how that works, but that'd be nice. Kyla equals package. I'm sure there's a man of the house joke in there somewhere. You can find it. All these 4-star prospects make it hard for me to go to work on my paper. What, finding all kinds of stuff that you want to age and see if they're going to make it? Anybody? That guy looks okay. What are you? 1-star adult? It's encouraging. If you had a dream cartridge, what would it be? I'm not like a huge, like, I don't have like a dream gun that I can't wait to get one day or anything like that. I was making this point yesterday to, who was I talking to? Was my brother even there? It was either my brother or I was maybe talking to my sister's fiance, I forget. But I was talking about how, like, I think sometimes some people consider themselves like a bow hunter or a gun hunter or whatever. And I was just like, I'm a deer hunter. If it's standing there and it's gun season, I don't care. I'd rather bow hunt, but I'll happily take it with a gun. I don't have a specific gun or a specific caliber that I'm all about. Like, whatever I've got in my hand, if it'll get the job done, I'm happy with that. Did. You should come to Norway and hunt red deer with me, and you can take me hunting whitetail? Sounds like a symbiotic relationship. I do want to shoot a red deer someday, but how does Norway work? Is Norway, oh, what's the word? Free range? Is there going to be another Call of the Wild game? I'd imagine EW will do another game. I don't know how soon, because Call of the Wild's still very popular, but, its popularity is why I think Expansive Worlds would do another one, because, like, why turn the faucet off as far as being monetarily successful? What's up, bro? Wish they'd add a flintlock. It's amazing they don't. I don't understand why. Is it the animation would be more difficult? See, that's good news. This guy was, like, a very clearly uneven subpar genetic male. 67%. Those other ones in here might be even better. Okay, I don't know. It's probably this herd. Oh, they feed right there. Okay. So we'll go and take a peek, see if we can find them. Yesterday when I was hunting, there was a 4-star mature, so I want to take a peek at that before we rest. Where are we at? Way the hunter needs compound bows. Yeah, that's why I think adding some like camouflage clothing and maybe scent eliminator or something to maybe make spot and stock a little bit better, because frankly the collars in this game are not realistic. The collars are fine. It's the mechanics of how the animals come into the collars are not realistic. Like, you know, they just turn on a dime and walk straight to you, and they'll get way too close. I'd prefer spot and stock, but it's just not feasible, especially at say hunter difficulty or especially ranger. I think there should be slugs in one of these games for a smaller game that isn't birds. I mean, Call of the Wild and Classic have slugs, but yeah, that'd be good. Have you had problems with tracks in Call of the Wild? Not lately. Over the years, I've certainly had problems with tracks, but it's been good as of late. Really, Bryce? I don't know if it was Utah or not, but there's a, I don't know if some of you guys have seen it. I've talked about him before. The bearded buck on the Outdoor channel. That guy was, like, the main guy was my baseball coach, and then I played on the team with his son, who's on the show as well on the Outdoor channel. They did, like, a bow hunt for mountain lions somewhere, and I think it was either like Utah or something like that. Ghillie suit away the hunter, maybe that could work. What difficulty? I'm on hunter. Do you like fishing? Yeah, I'm really excited. As it's kind of warming up here, we have a creek that runs through our front yard, and last year from about say like April till September, every day Kyle and I would just go fishing for several hours. So looking forward to that. It's a really, you know, you spend all fall hunting and all winter like cooped up in the house because it's cold outside. So it's just so freeing to be able to go outside and enjoy being out there. Well, Call of the Wild the Angler come to console. It's supposed to. I don't really know what's going on with that one, unfortunately. I don't know why it still hasn't gotten there, but that had been the plan. Is Way the Hunter better than Call of the Wild? It's more realistic. Better, I guess, is dependent on what you want out of a game. Bass fishing's heating up. Nice. Is it the best for you, like, around June? Because when they're spawning here, that's typically when it's best. What do you guys get out of the creek at your place? So this chunk isn't stocked. It used to be. But the previous owners basically, like, asked them to, or told them, I don't know, to quit stocking this chunk of the creek because people would, you know, fish in the yard and they'd throw, like, the packaging for hooks or the containers for worms or whatever all through the yard. Just completely, you know, ruin it. Ah. Okay, those are the guys we're after, I think. Which way are they going? Down that way. Probably we'll go up high and try to spot them. Anyway, so there's a lot of creek chubs in there, like regular creek chubs and horny head chubs. We were catching rainbows out of there. Rainbows aren't native to PA, so either they swam downstream and it stocked somewhere above us, or somebody was catching them elsewhere and was throwing them in the creek. I don't know. We can't fish for bass when they're spawning, really. Tell them to stock your creek and then just shoot trespassers? Do we have a stand your ground law in PA? I don't know. We've had a fair few on trail camera. I mean, I could just, you know, put their pictures on the trees when they're walking in, just don't know. When are you going to play the Hunter Classic? That will be tomorrow's video, in fact. It's a pretty cool video. I had, I don't know, 3 or 4, like, fairly decent animals. I was doing the St. Patrick's Day mission, so it's a lot of, like, a lot of different maps, a lot of species. It's loggers, it's, Hirschfelden, Valdebois. I think I was on one other map, too. It was a good time. Oh, boy. We ran down into that stuff. We may be better off just coming back after drink time again. I know things aren't going to age between, or like for the next 2 days. Wait, is that them? That didn't seem like where they went. Well, look. Need new sites for Call of the Wild? Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. Been a long time. Rainbows can reproduce in the wild, catch a ton of them where I fish in PA? They can, for sure, yeah. But, typically, fish that have lived in the same body of water for, like, a lot of years, or let me put it this way. Stock trout kind of have a white underbelly. Wild or stock trout that have been there for years kind of get, like, a yellowish color. All the ones we were catching were, like, pearl white. So I believe they were stocked this year, I just don't know how they got there. Not seeing any 5 stars. Now, I can't guarantee this is the same herd of them. I think I see, that's a young. That's an adult. That may be a male there. That's an adult. Alright, well, either that one died or this isn't the right herd, but let's go ahead. It's past 1 o'clock. We will rest to 9 a.m. again. What's up, Buck Country? How's it going, man? Broncos 13-4. I think 11-6 to 12-5 is reasonable, so maybe a couple games go their way and that happens. We did mount that Caribou. Sure. Fill the lodge up so it looks decent. I like it. Why is the coat on this one different? I feel like it's too dark. Anywho. Gonna go to... Usually animals start to move towards the drink zones about 8:30, so you can gain a little time if you go at about 8:30. Eltake 3-14. I honestly think Sean Payton being there is worth, what were they, 5-12 last year? I think he's worth 5 or 6 wins. I think he gets them significantly further. Okay, I want to make sure we go to some other spots too. We'll give those mountain goat time. Let's go. Pretty sure I've checked kind of what's going on down here. Why don't we try, like, over in here and up? Thanks for the great content, my pleasure. Is that a 5-star Caribou that I missed? Nah, if only. I do be wanting one. One of those elk. Smoke from the campfire. I thought I could see my character's breath for a second. That'd be neat. Now I lost where they are. Hello? There you are. All small. Now, they're probably the same elk. They're probably adults. When they had the bugged antlers, they all look huge. So I was hopeful for them, but I guess not. Not the genes we need. During a typical week, how do you go about recording and editing for your videos? Normally what I do is, like, the streams are kind of structured where they are on purpose. The Monday stream, the Friday stream specifically, the Wednesday and Sunday are additional ones. But the reason there's a Monday and Friday stream is actually because, so I start my week on a Monday, I can wake up, I don't have to edit anything, I can record a video before the stream, and then that video is going to be Tuesday's video, right? So I wake up Tuesday, I edit that as I'm drinking my coffee, doing my thing, then I record after that. So I'm always recording a day ahead and then editing that day's video. By the time it gets to Friday, I've recorded Saturday's video on Thursday, Sunday's video Friday morning before the stream, and then the weekend I can kind of chill, hunt, whatever it is. That's my normal structure. Oftentimes that doesn't happen. It's been like a month straight that I've had to record on Saturdays, but that's one thing. I used to have some struggles with like burnout and stuff from playing the game as much as I did. Especially when it was like, say, 95% Call of the Wild content. So, getting to where I was able to kind of take a day off every now and then on the weekends was quite nice. Should make another IRL turkey hunt. What do we got? Less than barely a month until turkey season starts here in PA, so it'll be happening. Is YouTube your full-time job? It is, yes. Since January of 2018, I think? Something like that. I had a part-time job at my it was the college that I went to for like 12 seconds before I dropped out. I hear a caribou. Over there. Okay. Anyway. It took a long time to find it. Don't laugh at me. So I had a part-time job there. I worked there for like 3 years. Then January of 2018, I was like, if I just quit this job, I can really commit to YouTube and be able to make up whatever I would lose from the part-time job by just doing more content. Haven't looked back since. How does aging work in Way the Hunter? So roughly, it's 3 hours of real-life play coupled with 3 in-game days. So what you can do is effectively only hunt the like main drink time that goes from 9 to 1 p.m. That takes about an hour, an hour real time. So if you do that, and then you rest back to the beginning of drink time, you can age that way. I like to go a little bit further through the days to make sure that's happening, but, you know, just depends. Should hire an editor? It's a good idea. Why am I so bad at this? I guess I did mark, like, not even close to the right area. Not big. Not big. That's what I get for trying to go to new areas. I don't know where things are. Look like small males. I don't know what like this habitat counts as. I think it's grassland, actually, because I'm pretty sure this is a good area for bison. In which case, it shouldn't be good for caribou. Yeah, Thielen to the Panthers. That'll be interesting. Tips when starting a channel. The biggest thing I would say, like, there's a couple of things. I would, try to focus on consistency. If you can only do 1 video a week, do that, upload on the same day every week. If you can do 3 videos a week, pick days, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that's what mine used to be. Whatever you can do, but be consistent with it because the algorithm's going to reward that consistency and people are going to know, like, oh hey, it's Saturday, it's my day to go watch T-Bone's video. Next thing I would say is make sure you're doing content that you would want to watch. The way that I got started in it was, you know, I was watching, like, JaxyBeard and Markiplier. They were doing these Let's Play videos, basically. And nobody was doing that in the game that I played, the Hunter Classic, so I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. So, that was kind of like filling a void in the content sphere, if that makes sense. It was something I would want to watch, so I figured other people would, and here we are. The last thing I would say is your audio, like your mic audio, is incredibly important. If your PC is maybe not that good, maybe you're playing on low graphics settings or something like that, people will watch that. Not a lot of people will sit and watch if your mic sounds like garbage. So you really want, like, if you're looking at, like, you know, you've got $200, you want to upgrade something. If your mic's not good, upgrade your mic. Can a mountain goat to 1,000 yards away? I've done that a couple times, and every time I do, I gotta kill him like 4 times. Yeah, I gotta shoot him like 4 times. I cannot one-shot a mountain goat that far. He does, yeah. Funny enough, so when Call of the Wild came out, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I didn't understand how it worked. It wasn't that I didn't like it, it was that I didn't understand it, and therefore I thought I didn't like it. But I think it's my 8th Call of the Wild video I ever did. Jack had played it, and I actually talked about that in my video. I was like, this could be huge for the game, like popularity and stuff, the fact that JaxyBeard played it. He did a lot of classic videos back in the day, too. I don't know if I did hear an elk. I don't know if I ever messaged him, but I had thought about it. I was going to be like, hey, I make lots of videos. You want to collab? I can teach you how to find the cool things. That's a mature that's not worth anything. Let's shoot that. Not worth anything. Poor guy. It's a hard life. Just ordered a blue Yeti? Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Panthers got fleas with the DJ Moore trade. If the Panthers draft CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson or whoever, and he becomes their franchise quarterback and the Bears need to draft another quarterback, then the Panthers won that trade. Honestly, I don't know if Justin Fields is it. Let me know if you're ever looking to come down to South Georgia now. Funny enough, there is, well, actually, there's a couple potential different opportunities in that area for us already. Is it South Georgia that your friend's dad has that lease?
I don't know.
It's in Georgia somewhere.
I need to ask them.
But then also there's a guy that TK and I know that has a place in South Georgia he wants us to hunt. The Bears do not need to draft another QB. I mean, I'll agree to disagree for the moment, but I haven't seen anything from Justin Fields to make me believe he's going to win a Super Bowl. You like Fields? I think he's really fun to watch. I think he's electric. I think he's one of the best ball carriers the game has ever seen. I don't think any team can ever win a Super Bowl like that. I know the Eagles got close, but they're... What's his name? Hurts is not quite the same kind of quarterback that, say, Lamar Jackson or Cordell Stewart back in the day or Justin Fields. Those guys. When you hit 500k subs, you going to finally do a shadow cam? No. I need to do one sooner than that. I need to, for one, because her bed at the moment just has 2 old blankets on it, and it looks like, I don't know. I think it makes it look like we just throw blankets there and call it good. I mean, they're old in the sense...
They're all torn up and gross. She took our blankets.
Yeah, she took them.
And then we're like, okay, here, have them.
She took them.
So now she has to have legit a blanket to be comfortable because she's a bougie dog.
You smell like pudding.
Whoa, wait, how did that happen?
What?
How? Somebody just played You Smell Like Pudding.
What?
I don't know who of you just did that.
Twitch chat?
Huh?
They did it in the Twitch chat?
I guess? But I don't know why it played.
That's hilarious.
I don't have that set up here, though. I remember... That was you? I remember, back in the day when I used to... Well, I was going to say when I used to stream with JaxyBeard. When Jaxy used to stream for me, he had my alert box set up, and forever, he would be like in the middle of recording, the middle of streaming, and because of the way the OBS worked or something, he would still get my hey sub alerts. That was kind of creepy. Do you have...
But if you
Oh my god!
Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it!
That's so loud. Let's see if this works. Wonder who did that, Danny. It's only a matter of time, T-Bone. Huh?
I said do the best alert on there.
T-Bone's already suggesting it, don't worry.
Well, everyone turn your volume down.
I'm already turning my headset down.
That's a warning.
You like this? I can't believe that works. It shouldn't, though, because I don't have the browser source open here. Clips content? Apparently so. Kyla needs her own mic. She has one, but she doesn't like being mic'd throughout the stream, so she just shouts from over there instead. Her reason is she'll just sit there and mumble about whatever she's moderating.
Or I'm like silently or mumbling cuss words because of my dinosaurs.
I think it'd be cool if you did a Hunting with Subscribers series. So I did one years ago, and what's tough about it is...
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Thanks, Marshawn. You can only do so many in, like, say per month. You can only do 1 or 2. Because what always happens is it's impossible to coordinate schedules. It just always is. So there's that side of things. And then everybody just gets left out. Like, there's, what, 360-something thousand subscribers here? You'd get maybe 20 a year at max. Like, everybody that wants to do it would be on, like, a 10-year waiting list. And it just sucks. Like, so I just moved away from doing that because it's impossible to get everybody that wants to do it an opportunity to do it. So instead, you know, there's things like the Wednesday night The Hunter Classic streams. Those are multiplayer. I hunt in Call of the Wild multiplayer all the time, so I get to run into you guys that way. Wonder what the April Fools for Classic is. What did they do last year? When was Robits? Was that last year? These mountain goats just hate me, I guess.
Those are some nice tracks. Want to follow them?
I do want to follow them. Got a 450 scoring reindeer. Nice. I just want the chicken to come to life for Halloween. Can you imagine? Is Caribou there? Or 8? Yeah. There's at least 2. 3? Alright. I don't know where the goats are at. Robits was 2. Oh, last year was T-Rexes. Yeah, because Kyla was sitting here with me.
Excited for that.
I know, and then by the end you were just like so over it. We were barely talking. We were just shooting it over and over. That one looks okay. 2-star mature. Fairly brown still. You know, 1-star adult back there. Maybe possibly encouraging. No goats though. Maybe that was the right herd that we saw there. Maybe they died. Or he died. Sag. So is there anything here? It's appropriate since we were just talking about the T-Rexes. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. It's not good for YouTube streams. I'm worried about that emotional damage one because I don't know if that's gonna copyright strike me or not. I don't think it will. We all knew it was coming, mistress, but it still got me. That guy's uneven. And now he's dead. Do you have a podcast? I don't. I'd like to do one, but I just know that I have a hard time, that I would have a hard time like keeping up with it, even if I did it once a month. It's just like, I feel like my current schedule, I end up making about as much content as I can afford to make. That said, I won't lie to you. I was watching some Joe Rogan podcast content, and I realized just how, like, genius podcast content is, because you've got the entire podcast, right? And then you've got all the clips of specific topics that you talked about put into videos, and, like, it's the same exact content that gets reused, say, 20 times for the different clips and stuff, and all those get views and stuff. It's a really smart, call it business model. So I wouldn't mind doing a podcast from a business standpoint, and I'd like to do one. I like to just talk about stuff. It's fun. Like, my Wednesday night classic streams might as well be a podcast sometimes, but I just don't know that I have enough to talk about. You have 308 viewers? Nice. Are the elk antlers fixed? Yes. I think that was yesterday's video. Kind of took a look at that. So this spot here, actually this spot here is partially why there wasn't as much Way the Hunter content as of late. So that patch dropped, right? And I don't think they're here today. There was a herd of caribou. I don't think they're here. But they popped up. They didn't used to be there. And there was this 4-star mature, and he looked huge. He looked kind of still brown. I was like, this is going to be my 5-star Caribou. And then, you know, we aged twice, nothing happened, and died of old age, and it just, like, broke my heart. I had to, like, take a week off. Oh, thanks, Danny. Can I ask you call the wild questions even though you're playing something else? Yeah, go for it. Oh, the herd is here. Schmoll. I think I killed all the 1-star matures and stuff, so these guys might be decent, but they're all young, so I have to just let them go and see what they become. Thursday podcast about Wednesday's classic stream conversations? Maybe. What would be the most feasible time to it would almost be like I could record it on Sundays, but Sundays usually like we go to my parents for family time and stuff. Huh. Maybe there's a way to make it happen. We'll see. Should be one more herd of caribou that I'm not seeing. This goat's forever out there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what mountain goats are there. I usually don't even go and spot them. There's just so many. Favorite animal to hunt in real life? Whitetail, and it'll always be whitetail. I just love them. Do you know when wild boar drink on Medved? I think, is it midnight to 3 a.m. or something like that? It used to be. Honestly, if you streamed with other people and had all their audio recorded, you could release that as a podcast. True. We did, I don't know if you're familiar with the Across the Podcast. Zaggy and I tried to do one, but is that same thing that I talked about with linking up schedules for like a subscriber hunting series? It's impossible. It really is. Everybody has different stuff going on regardless of what walk of life they're in. And even though Zaggy and I were both full-time content creators, you know, he's 6 hours ahead of me or whatever. So it would be midnight for me and 6 a.m. for him. And he'd be like, hey, let's do a podcast in 3 hours. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to bed. Like, what do you mean? It was always impossible to make that work. But we did. We would stream it live and then release it as a podcast. Picking up the tracks, see? I kind of like that. I should name it Flinter National Harvester Load, like my stream yesterday. So that guy's a 3-star and pretty brown still. I believe he was 2-star adult, 2-star mature, now 3-star mature. It's got a little buddy there. It's an old female there. Yeah, there's just nothing here to potentially manage. He'll hit 4 easy, but I don't think he's going to get to 5. Farming Sim 22 vid, I don't know if I'm going to do one or not. I'd kind of like to. Let's just wander all the way up here. You should do videos with other creators. I love you for hunger videos with Zaggy. I'd like to maybe do some more collabs. It's just always tough, like... That was them, okay. Again, linking up schedules and finding any more, like, content that would complement each other. Like, one good example, because for the most part, I'm pretty sure everybody here likes Kendall Gray. Everybody asked me to collab with him. And by the way, I like his content. Like, I watch it. It's cool. Our content would never mesh. It just would not. We're so different. It just wouldn't work. So, like, it's stuff like that that makes collabs difficult. Caribou, specifically 5-star, honestly one of the best models in the game. I know, and, like, Kyla got that one, and I was like, I'm gonna get one. And I started, it was so funny, though, because before that, right, every night, I'm telling you, we were both playing Way the Hunter 6-8 hours a day, maybe more than that. Kyla was going after it, and I had to make Call of the Wild content or classic content some days, but I was still playing about as much as her. She killed that 5-star Caribou, and, like, that night, we were playing till, like, midnight. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. She goes, I'm going to bed. I was like, okay, I'm going to go play Way the Hunter. She's like, what do you mean? Come to bed. I was like, oh, now that you have a 5-star Caribou, like, it's okay. But no, she got that, and I've been wanting to get it because it's exactly what I wanted. They're wide set frames. They look really good, and I just can't get one. She's better than me at all these games. What's up, Mercer? I'm doing good, man. How about you? Oh. Hello, goodbye to you too, Captain Murray. It's a competition, right. 2-star mature. 1-star young. I don't know. Do we spot that one? 3-star mature. All right. I believe I said 2-star mature when I meant 2-star adult earlier. Huge brain. Kyla wears the pants in the family? In the summer, at least, I wear shorts. If animals age on one map, do they age on other maps? No. So, like, for instance, our Nez Perce whitetail that we're almost 5-star will still be the same age when we go back to Nez Perce. How do you tell if a mountain goat's older? I don't think you do. I don't think there's any notable signs of aging. Not all animals have them. Bears, to my knowledge, have no, like, physical aging characteristics to pick up on. Seasonal humor joke? I was trying to think of a seasoning. I couldn't come up with anything. Do you know when the next pop reset will be on Call of the Wild? I don't know if anything's scheduled. I'm sure they'll... There's a 2-star mature we could kill. I'm sure they'll do, like, something. Either, like, another great one, maybe with the next map, or, you know, maybe they'll adjust another map's population with whatever their next map is, and that could cause a pop reset for at least a particular species or map. That animation's so cool. I'm pretty sure he smoked. That looks like pink blood to me. Yeah, that's a stumbling animation. Cool. Shoot that one. Thanks, Soup. Good idea. What are you, my guide? We should do that. Would that be feasible? How would you set that up? You know that thing, I think it's called Twitch Plays Pokemon? What if we somehow made a thing... That sucker was a blur on my screen going over there. What if we made a thing where somehow you guys got to choose, like, where we fast travel to or direction or something? I bet that's possible. Shoot the big chicken? They should have an Easter egg where something happens if you do. Would you ever do a real-life hunt with a fan? I have, technically. Bottom Boy was watching our videos long before I ever hunted with him. But I think it'd be crazy if you found a fan to link up with that lives somewhat close by and went on a hunt with them. You know what's this has been a similar conversation before about, we used to talk about maybe all the moderators meeting up for some kind of hunting trip or something, and the liability of potentially being responsible for people I don't know with guns is not a good thing. I don't think. Like, I don't want to be responsible for that, so I typically avoid that stuff. We can just tell you what to do? How about you shoot a 5-star moose this stream? Oh, geez. I'm glad you said that. I've been waiting for somebody to suggest shooting a big thing. I don't know if you can set it up with a pole. Because I also know there's like I think it's called a chaos mod for GTA 5. And streamers that play that and have that chaos mod thing going, the chat can make things happen, but I don't know how they do it. Should go on a guided hunt for caribou, post on YouTube, and write the expenses off. I probably could. I don't know how the guided side works, but I imagine that's a business expense. What? How do we get that far back? Why did he die that fast? Huh. Intriguing. Let's see. Do you know the video title he did with the fan in the past? Literally the video that came out Saturday. With Bottom Boy hunting at his place. Now, we became really good friends before we ever did hunt together, but he was first like a viewer and stuff. Where am I going? Guys, we can check here. Could do fan hunts in-game, safe and fun. Ironically, we actually ended up talking about that earlier in the stream. That's an okay one. 2-star adult, I like it. Maybe that guy's got a chance. Anyway, the struggle of that is like everybody wants to do it, but only a select few get to do it, so it kind of ends up pretty unfair. Wait, are you engaged to one? One what?
I said I don't trust people on the internet.
Oh. I am a people on the internet, I guess. That guy's got potential. Any chance one of those other guys is maybe uneven or something? Because I think we could... Nah. They look decent. Sometimes if you back up far enough, there's caribou with this lake. We'll check. Sounds good, Senra. It's one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, honestly. It's like 40 minutes long, so be prepared for that, but you am a people on the internet? I am indeed. That's one of your favorite spots on the map? I basically didn't even know about it. I don't know if you happen to be in that Twitch stream where Kyle and I did multiplayer together here in Aurora Shores, but she was like, let's go up to this spot, it's really good. And there were like moose and elk and caribou everywhere, and I had been completely oblivious to it, like I was never checking here. The new April Fool's Day event in Classic, you can only have an RPG, and when you go to shoot, you hear Jimbo from South Park shout, it's coming right for us. I can't remember. Oh, who was it? One of my friends years ago, like, made that exact joke in Classic. That would be fantastic if they did that. Recent camo leak for Call of the Wild? Do you mean the Hirschfeld and Veteran Pack thing? Because that's now out as a DLC. I have hoped that would happen. Is it Roland's Jake or Rowlands? I'm not sure. I've been hoping that would happen to me. Like, shoot a thing from forever away and it ends up being a 5-star, but every time I do, it's either a 1-star young with 99% or like a 12% 1-star. I never get anything real special. If you squint real hard, you can make them uneven. Dude, every time I do that too. It's the same thing where if I'm like, you know, it's fine. That one's probably uneven. It'll be a 99 young. What was it? It was a 98 young, I think. Mountain goat. Or 98 adult, maybe? It was like a 1-star adult. That's what it was. So I just decided to shoot it. I was like, they never amount to anything. 98%. That's good. The classic April Fool's event. They should, you know, for the holiday events, they have on helmet all the Santa. You hear in the distance just, ho, ho, ho. They should get me to do the hey. And then they just play it in random places. But, like, not like in the distance. Just like, hey. That'd be so creepy. A new hunting game called Wild Hearts already came out February 17, 2023. If you heard about it, hopefully have you seen what it's like? I have not heard about it. Is that a,
You smell like pudding.
Thank you. Is that a PC game? What is that guy? 3-star mature. He's really old, so we may take him. We may take one of the other ones if it's more obviously weak genetics, but we'll see. I hate how none of the big content creators make consistent Way the Hunter content except you and Mel. Takes a long time. Well, not a really long time, but it does take fairly significant time commitment to... not to make good content in the game necessarily, but to find trophy animals. Like, you do just have to put time in. Anytime you find a shed or something, your character goes, hey, as you grab it. Just like a, hey, I found this, but it's just like a really creepy hey. So there's an uneven one back there, I saw it. What's up there? Oh, it's rabbit. What are the odds? I never see them things. Little small guys. I kind of want to kill the 3-star, because like that would be the biggest caribou we have in the lodge, sad to say. But also I probably ought to kill that uneven one. What are the odds I can get both? He's super great, like this is his last year. We could call him in. Let's see if that works. If we call them a little bit closer, maybe there's a chance of getting 2. Should be high fitness. Smoke the rabbit with the 300. We've done that before. I want a 5-star rabbit. I feel like that's like the rarest 5-star in the game. Caribou seem to be up there too. pass through the rabbit into the caribou. That is another potential option, is attempt to get a pass through. Has anybody successfully killed 2 animals with the same shot? I know you can hit them. I've done that, but I haven't had a 2 kill 1 shot situation. Is the one we're after even there? They're all high fitness, which is good. Andre, am I pronouncing that right? Really hope I got that right. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Always enjoy seeing you post Way the Hunter content. Game is underrated. I really agree with that. I think it is. And thank you, man. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the content. Thank you so much for the support. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Wow. Alright, so it's that one. I want that one. He looks cool. I like him. Alright. What are the odds we can get to? Oh, like on occasion. He's kind of feeding. Let's try it. Oh, I don't know which one he is. Oh no, another one took the shot. I really hope that wasn't a future 5-star. We had it lined up perfect. He stayed there just like I hoped because he bent down to feed. And another one jumped right in front of it. Uh-oh. Rip that female. Is that what it was? Was it a female? If it's a female, that's fine. I'll leave this one here a sec. No, that's a male. Actually, it's not even male, so it works. But it wasn't the one. Oh my god. That's where I meant to shoot it. 24%. I meant to do that. I did that on purpose. 99%. I totally expected it. Because honestly, in any herd that has anything even like remotely decent like this guy, I always kind of assume that the genes are decent enough to maybe produce a 5-star. Get down, Mr. President. I'll have to slow-mo that and see what it looked like. This dude we smoked right in the heart. So that can't be right. Mel has had something like this with the crossbow. Because we didn't aim very low. So I think the bullet is just, like, the path is showing incorrectly. Because it's saying we directly hit the heart. I had that yesterday, too. I don't even know what we shot, but I thought we shot way above the heart. It was the caribou that we shot really long range. Interesting. You got a 5-star rabbit? That's awesome, man. 75% for that lad. We shall tax him for lodge anyway. Got away with one. That could have been bad. What's the best tier 5 rifle? I think the 308 monoblock's probably the best. I do quite like the 1903. The Remington 30-06. Where else? Let's go wander up this area a bit. Shot any rare variants yet? I have not. I do want to get back to Nez Perce a little bit. I don't imagine I'm going to get a rare on Transylvania anytime soon because I just never hunt there. But I've been shooting quite a lot of whitetail on Nez Perce. Prior to Aurora Shores, we were hitting it pretty hard. And I imagine if we keep at it, we'd have a decent chance. So I think melanism, so like mule deer on that map, they spawn based on high fitness, I believe. Albinos are entirely random. But you would think then down there in the Diamond Drill area, melanism's pretty likely. If it was a broadhead, you'd have gun him in the process. Save me some effort. I have 3 4-star caribou on my map, and none of them make an outcry. I feel that. I've now had 3 not make it. Mel had like 11 until she got one, so I'm a little concerned. How long is this game of yours called Way the Hunter? I don't know what you mean. If I find you in game, can I shoot you and mount you for my trophy lodge? If you can hit me. Have you ever been to a place like South Africa? I've never been outside of the US. One of these days, I'm sure it'll happen. Kyla wants to go to Switzerland? So, eventually. Why is John Adams here? I'm sure he's got, you know, presidential duties, but everybody's gonna have entertainment. They should add trail cams. I think trail cams in this game could kind of make sense. This is something I'm gonna do, and I'm well aware that I'm probably giving somebody an idea to do it before me, but that's a caribou. know where. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I want to take an animal, maybe like a very obviously promising whitetail or something, and from the time it's a 1-star young, take up-close photos of it, as if they're trail camera photos, and kind of follow the journey and obviously shoot it in the end, hopefully as a 5-star, and do some kind of real-life-ish type video with it. Estimate how many times you farted during the stream? 99. Round down, though, to the closest 100. AKA 0, is what I'm trying to get at. I have 2 5-star caribou already, but I need more big males. Share the love, I need 1. Kyla has 1, Mel has however many she's at.
What?
5-star caribou. What's your biggest typical? Mine's 184 and 3/8. What, in real life? I don't know, 110? I have my 180 and then nothing even close, but my 180's not typical. Hello from the New York PA border. What's going on, man? Who made Way the Hunter? THQ Nordic. I don't know if they're technically the developers or the publisher. Either way, that's like the... I think they're the devs. Mel has 57 5-star caribou. Wouldn't shock me. Her Transylvania stuff was nuts. Sometime maybe like 2 weeks after Aurora Shores came out, she already had like a melanistic roadie she was waiting to age or something. And in the process, she got like a couple more melanistics, like, I don't know, 3 albino red deer or something, like 25 stars. It was nuts. What's going on, bottom boy? I heard that caribou again. Thank you for the 30 months, 30-month milestone. Chat seems lame with such a big dono up there flashing. I appreciate it nonetheless. Welcome back, man. We were talking earlier, somebody asked if I ever would do like a real-life hunt with fans, and I was like, I kind of already have. It wasn't exactly that way, but it kind of worked out like that. Have you seen anything big? Nothing to speak of today, I don't think. No, like, you know, promising future 5-stars or nothing, but that's just how it goes. You go through cycles. We've shot some 5-star elk lately. Had some things die, unfortunately, in the last couple days, but that is what it is. What is this? Oh. There's just a solo caribou there. What a life. I can't remember. I thought it was up here. I had like a 3-star adult mountain goat. And I don't know how long it's been, but he might be pretty old by now. Hello from Alaska. What's going on, man? Hey, it's in your name. Makes sense. I was at Bass Pro in Utica, New York. There was a 204 and 6H typical. When I was at the ATA show, I got to see Dustin Huff's, what is it, 211 typical? It's amazing to see that much antler as a typical. It is really wild.
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Thanks, Marshawn. I don't like that I just accepted that that's part of these YouTube streams now. That didn't even faze me that just played. 1-star mature. That's not good. Did he die? Or are there more? Uh-oh. I don't think I've passed that much time. Do animals age when you change the time? Yes and no. The act of changing the time is what triggers them to age, but it's not every time. So, basically it takes 3 in-game days passed and about 3 real hours played. In order to qualify, you have to be a fan of meat hunters, not just the Schuster Army. Yesterday, I was at my parents', and what even happened? Oh, so I bought a chainsaw off the previous owners of this property, like way back when they were selling the house in like, what, July of 21? And it's just been sitting in my dad's garage, and like 12 times I've been like, hey, can I take that home? And then he just changes the subject or something. So yesterday he had me go cut some firewood for him because I guess I had to pass this test. I think he forgets that I used to run a chainsaw for him to cut firewood. But anyway, regardless. I was doing that and then came back inside and they were watching the West Virginia video. And we got to the point where I said, like, you're a permanent meat hunter for all the support and stuff. And my dad kind of laughed. I was like, you have no idea. Like, he was one of the first watching all the videos and stuff. Where would that goat have been? I don't remember. I do want a 5-star mountain goat, but not bad enough to go chase it around all day. Why don't we? We should go down the main river again. See what's going on. You should do a real-life hunt in South Central Ontario. You'll be getting some 120 to 170 inch typicals. Rarely, but still. It always freaks me out, like, the logistics of traveling that far, but I do need to just get over that. Can't fit any more 5-star rosies into my lodge because they're all clipping. I take it you have a couple then. Just a few.
That's my struggle too. I don't know what to do with them.
Listen, you guys bragging around me. I know what you're doing.
You have how many?
12.
2 or 3? Oh, 4. Okay, you're fine.
You live in South Central Ontario? If you can do that, we can go steelheading. That'd be kind of fun. Only 9? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Only 9. Marshawn lives in my town. That's cool. Next map you'd like to see in Way the Hunter? I think an Africa map is a must. Only 5-star I've seen is a duck and it died. I don't know why I didn't record this. Yesterday or the day before, literally coming out of this lodge, a 5-star duck flew by. I think they were going like this way. I shot at it like 20 times with the 270. Missed it every time. They turned back and flew up out the airstrip. So I ran around the back of the lodge, grabbed the UTV, went buzzing up there. I guess I would have been... Maybe I was on the side of this mountain, or maybe I was even further up, and I found him again and shot the stupid thing. It was so terrible. But I'm sure it would have made for a fantastic video, just me being god awful at the game. Any rares recently? I've not shot a rare in this game. One day, hopefully. What? South Central Ontario is only 300-ish miles from Pittsburgh? I thought it would be further than that. But also, the logistics I'm talking about isn't the distance. It's more so the... I guess I could drive, right? How difficult is it driving across a country border? Like, specifically the Canadian one. But you'd have to have, like, your passport and stuff still to do that. I think. But anyway. Flying to hunt freaks me out, because, like, trying to get a gun on a plane and all that stuff. Like, I know they do it all the time, but it's just, like, once I do it once, I'd be cool with it. But I need somebody to, like, hold my hand and walk me through it, because otherwise I'll be anxiety boy all day. 7 to 9 hour drive? I drove 10 to hunt in Tennessee this year. You're killing me with your lack of travel? It's easy? No, you. You come hunt here then if it's so easy. Tomorrow. I have 2 small albino red deer. They do look really good. I like them. You need a passport, but other than that, I think it'd be alright passing the border. Oh, actually, we're driving, so it's fine. I have to get a real ID before I fly again.
That sounds so bad.
Not like a real ID. That's what they call it, is a real ID. I don't know why they've changed it, but like before you can fly, you have to get something called a real ID now.
You gotta get a gold star.
Yeah, that.
I had mine forever ago, so.
Who cares about a stupid star? Gee, Patrick. I forget what it is. Something care a lot about a stupid star, considering you are one. No, it's one word, Space Cowboy. I think. Maybe it's 2, I don't know. I don't know if this Bison has any chance. The last one got the 4-star, like called his father or whatever, but I don't know. You don't have a passport? Why would I need one? I've never gone anywhere. What do you mean? Using fake IDs? Yeah, you know me. Yeah, because I'm definitely not 25. I'm 12. If you could choose one animal in Call of the Wild to hunt, what would it be? As in something that's not in the game already, or an animal that's in Call of the Wild to hunt in real life? I don't even have a 5-star fallow, and I don't know what my biggest is in this game. Not that big. I shot a pretty okay 4-star. Which, by the way, would have been a future 5-star if I knew how the game worked. There's no age limit on fake IDs. What would I have a fake ID for? I've had a passport since I was like 8 years old. Okay, listen. You don't need to brag. Some of us are travel-y challenged. You should see the different, like, we're trying to figure out the logistics of, like, family being able to travel to Colorado for our wedding. My family, there might be like 8 people going, and it's gonna be like go for like a day or two and go back. Kylie's entire family's like, yeah, let's just go and stay for a week. Like,
You might as well.
it'll be a cool vacation. My family's like, yeah, we're not going to that. You're missing out on the 5 stars in Transylvania. I do want to shoot such things, but I just don't like the map. Are you uneven? You look uneven to me. Something weird happened there too. They all like fled and then just stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he is even. It's the herd that we shot the 5-star from. I can't make that same mistake twice. Have you done a rainforest run today? I've done one since the age cycle happened. I mean, we can go down. God, that looked like an albino moose. If only they existed. We can go down there. What the heck? See what's going on down there. The only reason I'll ever start hunting Transylvania is if we get an all-map lodge. I mean, fair. I think that would be cool. I don't know how they'd go about it, but I would like that. The happy face. One of my 4-star caribou died. What do you think the next rares will be? Either melanistic whitetail, albino mule deer, melanistic red deer, and albino roe deer. Or if they want to go like with a similar path to what they did before, maybe there's nothing here. Alright. Go to another spot. Maybe they'll do like albino elk. What would they do for mellas? Albino Rocky Mountain elk and melanistic something on Transylvania. Fallow deer? That could work. Oh. I like how we have the same... I didn't see your chat before I said that. Mellifallow or a must? I think we agree here. Got my first 5-star yesterday? Nice. What'd you get? When I think of rainforest, I don't think of this. It's a different kind of rainforest, and it maybe should be rainier down here, but I like it. Have you ever thought of doing a face reveal? Check out any of my real-life hunting videos. I had my face on video Saturday. Well, I mean, this was October of 2022, but the video dropped Saturday. I feel like a piebald whitetail would be beautiful in this game. I would agree. I would hope they would do multiple piebald patterns, and knowing Way the Hunter, they probably would, which may be why they haven't done piebalds yet. They may be trying to perfect them. Words. What are we playing, Wordle or something? Are the Sitkas here? I don't think these are these Sitkas. I think these are other Sitkas. We can look at them. PA elk vid? Ooh. Is that open yet? I gotta get my preference point thing for that. Anyway, there is actually, this Friday on the Meat Hunters channel, there's going to be a Colorado elk hunting video from my brother. It turned out pretty cool. I won't spoil anything, but it was a pretty cool one to edit. I have a little bit of work to do on that. Probably I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow morning or the next day. Raccoon dog drink time, I think, is... I want to say it's like the same as bears. 2000 hours to midnight. That might be wrong, though. Just go to gold turkey from 300 meters. Nice. Hope it's albino elk, albino boar, melanistic bighorn, melanistic fallow. Are melanistic bighorn, like, is that a confirmed thing that exists in real life? That guy's definitely uneven. Got like a fork on one side and a spike on the other. That one's a 1-star young. We had a really good, like, promising herd here. That's weird they're not here today. Although that's been a bit of a theme in this hunt. Was a Rocky Mountain elk? Nice. Did you just rip off the meat eater name? No. I mean, this... So the full story behind the name of the Meat Hunter channel is that I was basically, in addition to this, like, at the very last minute, TK was going to do his own thing. He was doing through his streams, he had like a... I'll call it a fundraiser goal, but not really that. Like a donation goal, where it was going to, like, help fund some of his hunts and tags and licenses and airfare and all that stuff. And he had the logo made up and everything. It was going to be Meat Hunter, which, while it does sound like it's a ripoff of the name Meat Eater, if you can come up with very many other names that are focused around hunting for meat and not antlers, good luck. Like, there's not a lot of ways to phrase that. But that name was already there. And then TK messaged me, it's like September. And our hunting season opens in October. He goes, hey, you want to, like, film your hunts and, like, you know, put them on a channel with me? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So now we're doing that. Meat Slockers? Okay, Tim Wills. Flesh Finder? I think that's something else. Hunting meat guys? I think that's also something else. Which is better for elk, 300 to 338? Which game? A second 4-star caribou has died. Uh-oh. What do they say? Third one's the charm? Oh, you mean Tinder? That's Meat Fighter, I think. Meat Beaters? That's another one. I think we... Why did you spell towing like that? I hate that so much. Did you do that on purpose? Towing. I think rares in cold water are too easy to find. They probably spawn a little bit too frequently, yeah. The thing is, too, they probably spawn about the same rate as classic rares. Classic rares, if you don't find in that session, are gone forever. Call of the Wild rares are on your map forever, unless they do a pop reset. Is that not how you spell it? Would it not be T-O-W-I-N-G? Is it actually with an E? Why would it be like toes? I dislike that. On your hunts, do you use flashlights? Headlamps primarily, but you know, whatever works. I'm gonna look it up. Towing the line. How did I write toking the line? Come on now. Towing the line. Wait. Tow the line T-O-E versus tow the line T-O-W. Wait. I don't know the difference, but tow the line is wrong. T-O-W means drag or pull. Oh my god, you did it right, Stoop. I hate that so much. Why is it spelled that way? I need to look up the reasoning for that. I read your joke, Asthmatic. I just didn't say it out loud. It's towing? Apparently it's not. Apparently it's how Soup wrote it. I now hate soup. I'm gonna go on a soup strike. I'm only gonna eat water when I need a liquidy food. Did you see TK's video about his former boss? No. When did that drop? Towing would be like you're tiptoeing the line? Is that what it means? Is this dyed hair again? Okay, but what if you dyed your hair? You read it, but did you get it? Yes, I got it. I know what you're saying. Yum, chewy water. Did you ever see that video for like water pie? There's some elk over there. It's Monday, not Tuesday. You can toe the line and dye your hair all you want. You deserve the right to be wrong. I guess I do deserve the right to be wrong. It just looks so weird. I don't like it. Would you ever do a collab with KG Gaming? Funny enough, I talked about that earlier. I just, like, our content styles are so different. I can't imagine that being anything but awkward for either of us. Either of us? Both of us is what I tried to say. That said, reserve? No way. The apple to my pie. You genuinely like the song? You know what's weird? I don't ever hear the music in the YouTube streams. I have it set as like a thing that OBS handles. So I don't even know what song it is. My Sitka deer here are awful. Just the lamest males. This stream has become Grammarly. I don't know if a grandma would like to watch this stream. The American education system stays failing. I mean, I dropped out, so I have an excuse. At least we don't drink trees or put our milk in bags. I think that's stupid land, not mistresses. Wait, what? We actually don't have feet where I live? Just a bunch of broken down trucks? Oh, so it's totally towed the line? I was really confused about what you were saying. Oh dear. Do I even have any Sitka deer zones there? I don't know if Sitka deer drink here. We'll go take a look. I cannot be held accountable for what those freaks out east are doing. Well, I need Soup's explanation then. What do you think of KG's weapon pack idea? An AK and a rocket launcher? Be good for grinding. Do you think the trail camera in the new hunting lodge in Call of the Wild may be a hint? I doubt it. They've been doing trail cameras in lodges at least since Mississippi, if not before. They added trail cameras, like the models, with the addition of Silver Ridge Peaks. They added like missions that had something to do with like taking down trail cameras or putting them up or something. So the models have been there, and they've just taken advantage of those models' existence by putting them, you know, in like the storage area for the lodges. This US versus Canada fight got a little serious now. You don't want trail cameras? I don't know that they could ever work as well as we'd want to, which may be why EW doesn't do them. Because I think everybody has an idea of how they would want trail cameras to work, and then if they didn't work that way, they would just be like, there's EW doing it wrong again, you know? Wait. In the name of reducing plastic use, we have 3 bags of milk in one big bag rather than one plastic? This is sarcasm, right? I'm sensing some sarcasm here. The animals spawn as their permanent size in Way the Hunter the same as Call of the Wild. No. All animals in Way the Hunter will age and grow. That doesn't mean they'll increase their star rating. Like, you have a 1-star young that has really poor genetics, it can end as a 1-star mature. But they'll still reach mature, and they'll still at least get a little bit bigger even if their star rating doesn't increase. Nobody down there? Lame. I kind of want to go see what's here. So I guess we'll do that. Bagged milk is goated? Does it not have like a... Have you ever, you know those like hiking hydration bladders? Have you ever had water from one of those and it has that weird like rubbery taste? Does that not happen with bagged milk? Because I can't see how it wouldn't. How long does aging take in real time? Goodness, that was far. It's about 3 real life hours of play and 3 in-game days passing. We split 4 liters 1 gallon into 3 bags and then put those bags in one big bag rather than a gallon jug. And Ontario is like no more plastic use because ducks. Wait. I think I maybe have been misunderstanding the point of bagged milk. So I thought that this was a replacement of like cartons. Is it like you go to the... Wait, you go to the grocery store and buy like a gallon bag of milk? That seems so odd to me. Which is actually more plastic? I don't know. These chat strips so fast. We're just vibing today as we're not finding anything good. Wherever the chat goes, we're just engaging. Your voice is so majestic. Why, thank you. It's a gallon bag of milk. Okay, so when I used to work at the college dining hall that I mentioned earlier, the so you got like the soda machine, right? And then there was a juice machine, and there was a milk dispenser machine too. That milk came in bags. It was probably 3 gallons or so. They're really awkward to handle and stuff. Like, how do you then use... Like, do you put it in something else when you get home? I can't imagine you're, like, pouring glasses of milk from a bag. I think he's saying he fills reusable bags? From what, the cow? A gallon bag containing 3 smaller bags within. This is just seeming like more plastic to me, but I don't know. It's stupid. In Alberta, it was plastic jugs. There were cartons, but mostly plastic jugs. By the way, if you use a hydration bladder, watch out for mold in the hose. I haven't used one in a long time, but next time I get a chance... Yeah, next time. Whenever I get a chance to Elcon, I'm sure I'll use one. All this milk talk makes me thirsty. Oh dear. Well, rip to whatever was down there. Probably that hurt a Sitka. I don't know what, like, I've probably never even seen these deer, but it's so thick in here, it's not like we're gonna be able to find them. I sent you a DM? Okay. Well, we're pretty much at the end of drink time again. We also have like 13 minutes. So probably the most logical thing to do, we want to find things. Maybe up here wouldn't be a terrible idea. Let's look at Soup's DM. Okay. It's so foreign to me, I'm having a hard time with it. I think you'd probably get used to it just fine. But when I see that, it's just kind of like... Maybe this is where the American logic is too far down the line of convenience. But... that seems unbelievably inconvenient. You should get those tasks from the camp. You know what's stupid? I sit here and think, I'll do a video one of these days doing those tasks. And maybe Dallin will be fine because I've got, you know, way too much money in this game to where I don't think it's ever going to be a problem again. But, like, when it came time to do the UTV, I had all those tasks available and was able to do some videos doing that. But I could get them, even if I don't do them immediately. Just to be clear, you've never seen chalky milk in a bag? No, I have. Years ago, I had a friend that was from Canada that showed me that, but I just never... I thought that it was like a little personal... like a milk carton. Like, I thought it was just a little personal milk bag. And then you need a jug to put the bags in, and typically those are plastic too. Ours is fancy pottery. It's an approach. It's an approach. This is YouTube? I think so. I hope so. The Wild Flancher. What's up, Josh? This has to be the most entertaining chat I've been a part of. We started talking about hunting games, then Twitch alerts, and now how we package milk. It's the great thing about these streams, like, we can... Oh. Hello, sir. I need to find you in the future. Do you have any friends that are potentially 5 stars? I've seen that a lot. You get like a 4-star in a flock, a lot of times there's already a 5. Lots of males. 3-star. Well, we'll try to kill that 1-star. Hopefully we don't hit the wrong one. I think it's that one. Oh, almost got it. I don't know which one we killed. So what are the odds we ever find them again? We'll see. How the higgity heck did you get 114k in this godforsaken game? Dude, I told you, Kyle and I were playing this game like nuts when Aurora Shores came out. I had close to 60k. I was hitting Ned's purse pretty hard, but like the moose, the elk, the Kodiaks, I've only shot a couple of them, but all the big game on this map gives a ton of credits. Third time was not a charm? Man, that's unfortunate. Got a 4-star mature duck. It's got a 3-star adult. That ain't bad. Now we got the right one. That's good news. Little schmoll fella. 2 credits. So I'll have to try to remember. How long did... I don't even know how long these things live. Let's see. Encyclopedia. Animals. Oh, they're mature for 7 years? I'd say there's a decent chance he gets there. Depends on how long he's been around, but... Search cutter zones are so spread out. There'll be one zone, and halfway across the map there's another for the same flock. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the odds that we ever see that specific flock again probably isn't great, but I go over here fairly often. What are the drink times in this game? Basically, predators drink from 7 to 10 a.m. and 7 to 10 p.m. And, like, just about everything else, all your deer species, goats, sheep, they drink from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They do have a nighttime drink zone as well, but I don't even know when that is. You looked at the wrong guide? Did I not go to Lesser Scalp? Where'd I go to? I think I did. Yeah, those were Scalp. How much money do you have in Call of the Wild? I don't know, 20, 21, 22 million, something like that. You know what's weirder than bagged milk? What's that? I have 3 all-female herds. How do I get males? You could try shooting one of the females, see if that does anything, but I think sometimes that just happens. In South America, when I was there, they sold yogurt in like these huge jars with like a drinking spout. I actually don't think that's weirder, because are you familiar with the concept of Go-Gurt? Do you remember that? That was a Disney thing, I believe, right? That was basically just drinkable yogurt. A lot of people froze them.
I remember doing that in the summer.
Get exposed, Danny. Surf scooter? What I spotted was a Lesser Scalp. I know it was. What I shot was a Lesser Scalp. I can prove that. Hey, I've killed over 1,000 animals in this game now. See? Scalp. It was thick Greek yogurt that didn't even pour. Thick. Now that's a little bit weird. Pretty sure they make slicers with a corner of the milk bag, but generally it seems like folks just saw the... Folks? Why'd I say it that way? Folks just saw the corner off with a steak knife. I'm gonna come up there to Soup's house to steelhead fish and hunt whatever we talked about earlier, I kind of forget. And then I want to see this bagged milk in action. Lesser Scalper on this map? Yeah. Wild Duck, Lesser Scalp, and Surf Gutters. Too many ducks. I don't mind it, but I will admit that's the first even remotely decent scalp I've seen. There's some foxes over there. And a rabbit. I doge. Hi, Doge. You've killed 2,400? Goodness gracious. Timmy's. I don't think I've ever had Dunkin', actually, so I'll give you that. Don't look at me like that. I never had... Remember, we had to make an Insta post for when I had Starbucks for the first time, and I made some kind of joke about the lack of bucks. It's Scop? I've been trying to figure out how to say that for a while, actually, so I'll see if I can remember that. Shot through a mountain goat today? Is that a known bug? I don't know. I've seen stuff like that happen. I don't know if it's mountain goat specific or not. The other thing in South America that was weird was they put mayo on literally everything. Sweet sugary dessert. Oh, that is something. I know, like, individuals like that. Bunny. Where's the fox? Which rabbits were easier? Like, I just never see them. It's pure luck that we just stumbled into that one, but... I'll get a zone, and every now and then they'll, like run right under my feet. There's a weird thing in this game. When animals are really close to you, for some reason, like, you can't always spot them. So, like, they'll run by and I don't know what they are. I don't... Maybe I'm wrong, Hawken, but I'm assuming they don't mean, like, a pass-through. I'm assuming he means, like, bullet went through and didn't hit it. A 1-star young and a 1-star adult. I mean, good to know. Maybe I can remember to check that area. I know there was a fox over here, though. Gone forever. Well. Got like 5 minutes. I'd say there's a decent chance we go to here we can kill something, so we'll try. The spotting needs a rework? It does. I think they should take like the Hunter Classic or Call of the Wild approach. It doesn't need to have a spotting outline, but an individual animal that you spot the spotting info should remain on the screen for at least say like 3 seconds. Now, if you then spot another animal, it should absolutely change as it currently does. But so often, like, you spot a thing just as it like is passing between some trees, and the info is not even on screen long enough for you to read it. Let alone the distance thing. There's some more surf scotters over there. Just really hoping to find like a moose or a caribou or, you know, literally anything. Go down towards the creek, maybe. Do you like the hunter sense in this game, or do you prefer how you see tracks, blood, etc. in Call of the Wild? I think I would probably rather it didn't exist. Though, yeah, actually, I would rather... I don't know how you could do tracks differently, but I dislike how it like darkens your screen and stuff. I don't know how it could be done. Like, if I walk close enough to this zone, maybe it could give me some other indication. It's the screen darkening thing I don't like. But then, you know, if you did have no hunter sense and the tracks and the zones and stuff just showed as they do without the hunter sense, it would be kind of distracting. Kind of like a lot of people, especially in the early days of Call of the Wild, a lot of the comments were like, why would you even play this game with like tracks and everything bright all over the place? Snipe one for 400 yards, maybe on the water I could. Favorite crossbow in real life? I mean, I've only ever shot one crossbow. Well, I guess I've shot two. The one that my dad got us when I was like 13 was a Barnett Wildcat C5, I think. It was okay. As far as crossbows go, not great. He now has a Wicked Ridge something. Wicked Ridge is 10 points like cheaper or / more affordable brand. That thing is really nice. So, like, for years, my dad's vision's not that good. And for years, we were either tracking deer that were hit too far back, or deer that just, I don't know, we would look for him and he'd miss or whatever. With this crossbow, he's killed, I don't know, 6 deer or so, 2 bucks in the last couple of years. Like, he's just killing all kinds of stuff with it, so that'll be my favorite since he does well with it. Dream crossbow? I don't care to use one, really. His shoulder's bad, he can't hunt with a compound. There's something extra special about, not even extra special, extra like, how do I phrase it where, I like the fact that with a vertical bow, you have to put in all the practice and stuff, because what you can do with a crossbow is shoot it 4 times in the summer and then take it out and smoke a deer with it, and that's fine. I like having to practice and having to put all that time in. And then also, like, that skill of being able to come to full draw without spooking a deer is really tough to master. I just like all the stuff that comes with vertical bow hunting. I don't think I know of a crossbow that would be a dream once, because I just don't intend to use one unless I hurt my shoulder. What's the weirdest thing you discussed on stream? Milk bags have got to be up there? I'm sure there's been worse, but milk bags are one of the weirder ones. Let's see. Huh. I mean, if one of the times Beeg has streamed with me, there was reverse mortgages in the 24-hour stream. That was pretty good. I imagine, because beak is beak, we've probably discussed bowel movements on stream at some stage. Bow hunting is illegal here and everybody complains about it. That was one thing that was really cool. When we were at the ATA show, I don't know how much I can say because there's some like legal stuff behind it, I believe. But it was cool to see there were a lot of people. And a lot of people like, you know, North American who were more or less unaffected by it. Who were like really passionate about getting bow hunting legalized in, you know, different countries in Europe and stuff. So I thought that was neat that there was a bit of a common goal that we kept running into. I thought, oh, Jamal Adams, who am I thinking of? Jamal, what is his name? The running back. It was on the Packers and then the Lions. Williams. Anyway. 23 5th, 24 3rd. Is he even worth that? Is he actually good anymore? Like, I haven't seen him do anything in forever. I'd take a 5th and a 4th. Love the videos. Thank you, Josh. This might be controversial, but I don't like bow hunting in real life. Any projectile where it travels slow enough, you have to account for the animal hearing you. Shoot just feels weird to me. Slightly unethical. I get where you're coming from there. And this is where that practice thing really comes into play. Because the problem for me is that while you do have that side with bow hunters, you also have bow hunters who won't take a shot over like 20 yards, you know, unless it's perfect, broadside, all this stuff, like people just won't even shoot. And then rifle hunters, if you see a flash of brown through the woods, they just fire a shot. Like more reckless rifle hunters wound deer than specifically the situation you're talking about, bow hunters where the deer ducks and maybe is wounded that way. It does happen. I've done it. But a lot of people get a gun in their hands and they have this remote hole poking device and they just think they're Rambo all of a sudden in the woods and start flinging lead at anything. I can't tell you, man, how many deer I have found laying dead that were shot, like, you know, multiple times. I've seen a lot of deer over the years that are shot with guns. I've only one that I know of, and it was this year. I killed one with a gun that had been shot with a bow. Do you see Scarecrow has 27 Great One moves? I think he has 27 total Great Ones. Herd management? Blech. I'm starting to think we're not going to kill anything to end this stream. 27, what's the point? Went from Great 1 to Great 12. Last I checked, crossbows are still illegal for hunting in Arizona. I don't know if it's changed or not, otherwise I would hunt with it over a bow since my back and shoulders aren't as good as they used to be. Yet my dad had to start hunting with a crossbow. He tore a rotator cuff years ago and he just can't hunt with a vertical bow anymore. It was that way here for a long time. You had to have like I don't know if a doctor's note's the right word, but I'll use that term. You basically had to have like a doctor certify that you can't use a compound bow. And then you could legally hunt with a crossbow. So my uncle, I don't know what he did. Something with his bicep. Like, all the time, it looked as though he was, like, flexing. He'd had, like, a mask. Okay.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage. Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
Thank you for that. He had, like, a mask, like, right on his bicep, so he couldn't draw a bow. So he had been hunting with a crossbow for, like, 15 years. But a lot of people, I don't know, the last 5 or 8 where it became legalized for everybody, maybe even more than that. 10? A lot of people started to pick it up. Is this herd acknowledgement? What's that? I wanted to see, did ESOS respond to that? Because that was an interesting thing we had going. Oh, there should be hunting regs with rifles, in my opinion, for sure. Like state-mandated accuracy tests. Just anecdotally, though, it seems like every video I see about bow hunting, the animal ducks. Yeah, depends on the species. Most whitetail will duck. You kind of account for that. It is weird. I get what you're saying. If you set up properly, like a 20-yard shot, most deer can't react in time. You go over 20, they start to be able to. I had a Sitka deer walk on top of me on this game when I called it in. I was saying that earlier, calls maybe aren't the most realistic in Way the Hunter. We might just end up wrapping up without killing anything. I just don't see anything here. No, nothing. Where can we go? smoke one more thing somewhere. Trying to think. Maybe here? Sometimes there's like stuff around. Would you classify your largest typical as a 5-star? Nah, like a 2. Maybe a 3. Like a small 3-star. Is there any like mountain goats or anything? There we go. Cool. We'll go get one of those. Oh. Okay, good to know. 4-star mature. And a 3-star mature. Alright. This was actually really lucky that we came up here, so now I know. And to be clear, I have no problem with other people bow hunting. I just wouldn't trust myself to make a clean shot if the animal had a chance to duck. No, I get you. I'm like that with certain things too. Like, spear hunting is maybe a decent example. I don't really mind if people do it, but it's not something that I'd trust myself to do. How would you classify you? 1-star immature? 12-star, come on now. Actually, a lot of the stand hunting in eastern US, where most western hunts are spot and stock, there's something throughout of each, but there are preferences and regions. Yeah, that's definitely true. Most eastern hunting is tree stands, most westerns spot and stock for sure. The mascot of your grind. Genius idea, typical and non-typical racks in Way the Hunter. I hope they do non-tips. The one thing that would be difficult though, because they're more or less preset racks, it would kind of get stale, like once you've shot all the non-typicals. Oh, did you try to say 12-star immature? What's up, Ben? We are gonna smoke one of these mountain goats and wrap up. So let's see. Got a... That is a male, I know it is. Am I losing my mind? Maybe it is a female. That's a male. No. Are these the only 2 males? No. 4-star. 1-star, that's the one. Okay. Angle's kind of bad. What if we just kind of scoot up this way? That'll do. It could start as typical and grow into non-typical. That would be cool. Maybe like their last couple years they start growing some stickers. I like it. How late am I? Unfortunately, this is the very end of the stream. We've been here for 2 hours. Didn't kill anything all that special, but found a couple of okay things. We saw that 4-star mountain goat just now. 4-star, what was it, lesser scalp? Is that how I'm supposed to say it? A couple of things to look forward to in the future. Dropped him. Holy... Oh my god, is that lucky? What's going on, man? What in the good googly moogly is going on here? Nothing. Skull screwed me. It's all good. We'll be back. Friday will probably be Call of the Wild. Wednesday, obviously, be Classic. But I think now that both Way the Hunter and Call of the Wild have had their new things come out, it'll go back to where it was before. So, like, one of the Monday and Friday streams will be Call of the Wild. The other one,
smell like pudding.
Thank you, will be Way the Hunter. I have to figure that out. I don't know why that's happening. 17%, the biggest male I've ever seen. Okay, we'll just jump on back here. My buddy claims they've shot a 190-inch springbuck. Eh? But yeah, the one thing we managed to mount today, we did have that 3-star caribou. Why don't we put him next to our 2-star over here? Pretty nice. They're very similar. But you can see the 3-stars got more mass. Anyway, I think on that note, that's going to do it for this stream. So as always, thank you guys for watching it. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video doing the safe hash game. Who did that? Was that you? Rude. You looked at me, so I thought you did it. Okay.
Oh, God forbid I look at you.
Okay, anyway, St. Patrick's Day mission thing. Bye.